India got to chase down under pressure. They won it thrice chasing. Pakistan have won thrice defending. So it's a good matchup if Pakistan could start well and master a decent score.
A slight change in the field just before this delivery was sent down. They had two slips in position earlier, and the second slip fielder moved to gully. So maybe the line that Harshit Rana's got, he may just want to pull a little further around the off stump or slightly outside the off stump to get that gully fielder into play. Started off with a wide down leg and then just modified the line accordingly.
Two umpires for the final, Buddhi Pradhan from Nepal and Lyndon Hannibal from Sri Lanka, the on-field umpires, and Bangladeshi umpire Murshid Ali Khan is our third umpire for today.
Oh, how close was that to the leg stump? Because Saim Ayub had shuffled across. It's been called a wide, which is why Harshit Rana might just feel a little aggrieved with that call.
I tell you what, Lyndon Hannibal is a tough master. Take a look at this. How close is that? Oh, that's just a varnish away to the leg stump. And Harshit Rana, in his own known rights, was disappointed with that call. And I think, being a fast bowler myself, it is a tough call by the tough man, Lyndon Hannibal.
Well, till the time he's consistent all through the game and calls anything that's missing leg stump going down leg or wide, maybe then it'll even out. And Parvez gives me that wry look as I say that. Played away in the air. And that's going to go the distance. The first six of the match.
Oh, what a statement by Saim Ayub. Harshit Rana looking for some swing, but he's starting quite straight. Got to be around the off stump. Take a look at this for a stroke. Oh, almost like a no look. That would have cleared any ground in the world. A massive six to get the Pakistan innings going.
The first runs off the bat, and they come by way of that six. And that is definitely a statement. Now, Harshit Rana is coming round the wicket now, changing the angle. Driven through the covers. Oh, this is exquisitely struck. And it will be 4 more. There's no point chasing it.
Just like the semi-final the other day against Bangladesh, Harshit Rana going for plenty in the first over. This time it's a good delivery. Coming round the wicket, hitting the deck hard. Take a look at this for a stroke. Glimpse of side Anwar in that. Not trying to hit too hard, relying on timing and placement. Perfectly found gap, off for a boundary.
That six seems to have unsettled Harshit Rana. It's forced him to do something different. He's moved round the wicket now. There's only one slip. The gully's gone out of position as well. That'll be a saying though. An expensive over. 13 runs coming off that first over for Pakistan.
Would have wanted.
Saim Ayub seems to have come out with very positive intent. And what's happening now? They've changed the field. They've got 2 men on the boundary rope on the leg side. They've got fine leg and deep backward square both on the fence, which means third man has come up inside the 30-yard circle on the offside. Oh, pressure on the bowler, and that'll be 5 wides. It's turning out to be a good start for Pakistan.
Nerves are getting better of India at the moment. Skipper Yashtul trying to calm things down. Again, the seam position was through the offside, but it doesn't swing, and with the angle, and wicketkeeper Dhruv Jurel has no chance. It's more of a gift of a boundary.
7 extras, all by way of wides. 2 of Harshit Rana's bowling, and now 5 wides here from Hangar Gekar. It's just that pressure, trying to bowl the stump line, because he's got no protection on the offside on the boundary. He's got 2 boundary riders on the leg side, and therefore the line is going to be more around middle stump. This time outside off, correcting the mistake he'd made earlier.
Yeah, that's a much better line. Just outside the off stump, yes, behind back of the mind of the fast bowler will be thinking there's no one outside the circle in the offside, cannot give any weight. But if you're too straight in these kind of pitches, you're going the distance. That's going to be, we're going to be really careful not to give away or not to leak too many runs or too many boundaries in the power play. Once the spinners comes in, it's a total different game. Until then, the 2 fast bowlers got to lay the foundation, bowl those good areas, and hope the batsman will make a mistake.
Will the captain be thinking about introducing a spinner early? Cut away. No runs for the taking there. Hangar Gekar's overs come to an end. It's 22 without loss.
He's not ready next over. He's not ready next over, right? He's not ready. So we can't wait, right? Next over.
Nishant Sindhu leading the tally of wicket takers in this edition of the tournament with 10 wickets, the left arm spinner. And there's another one from India, Manav Suthar, who's bowled exceedingly well for the 9 wickets that he's got. He's picked up wickets consistently in almost every match, as Manav Suthar especially puts the brakes on. Very good economy rate for him as well when he bowls in those middle overs. And Rajvardhan Hangar Gekar's got 8. So in the top 5, there are 3 bowlers from India A in that top 5 wicket takers list in this edition. No. Harshit Rana getting another over here. I'm sure Yashtul would have been tempted to think about spin and maybe get Yuvraj Singh Dodia to come on and bowl, or maybe even Abhishek Sharma for that matter, who has bowled with the new ball.
Won't be long. If Pakistan continues the way they have started, don't think this man will be that long until being introduced. Or maybe the other off spinner, Yuvraj Singh Dodia as well. 2 good options to have. And I think without any delays, Indian skipper should do that.
Look for a tight single here, and he'll get it quite comfortably. Will Farhan took off for the run immediately. That's good calling.
Shaib Zada Farhan doing the right thing, giving the strike back to the informed Saeem Ayub. Striking it well. Good communication among the 2 batsmen. It's good cricket. Just what Pakistan wanted after being put into bat. Skipper Mohammad Haris said if he had won the toss, he would have bowled well as well. So they would have had their doubts coming into these innings, the 2 openers, but the pressure, the nerves would have relieved a little bit at the start what they have got so far.
Now the fine legs come up, which means they've got deep square leg at the fence. What a shot that is, well fielded, and there could be a chance of a run out here. There was a mix-up just as we were praising the running between wickets. Got to praise this fielding effort from Manav Suthar, doing exceedingly well.
Saeem Ayub just got back in time. There's a saying, never run on a misfield. But in the end, made it easy. But a good shot by Saeem Ayub, playing on the up. Harshit Rana going across the left hand, coming over the wicket. Last over in the last couple of balls, he went round the wicket. It's good stuff by Pakistan.
There's a handy smattering of spectators in the stands who've come in for this final. Just steered away. Saeem Ayub has given the fast bowler something to think about, because if it's in line with the stumps, then that pick-up shot comes into play. Oh, and Chacha's there as well.
Chacha will be a busy man. Come tomorrow, the Sri Lanka-Pakistan Test match is starting at the Singhali Sports Club. He'll be spending 5 days there. Got a work cut out here today, cheering on the youngsters, the Shaheens of Pakistan, against a strong India A team.
Coming back to that point, I think Saim Ayub's given the fast bowler something to think about. He's made them alter their line. And then there's that right-hand, left-hand combination going as well for Pakistani. Down the ground, mid-on is up. And it doesn't matter, even if he had been on the boundary rope, he wouldn't have got to this. The second 6 of the innings, and it's a cracker. This time from Saibzada Farhan.
For a moment, I thought we were watching a T20 game. Take a look at that for a stroke in the 3rd over. Cleared his front foot and went through the line. Just the 3rd delivery. Pakistan openers are making a statement in the middle.
Got to agree with you, Parvez, when you say that there's a lot of positive intent. That's clearly evident. They want to make best use of the new ball and also not allow the India A fast bowlers to dominate, something that happened in that last group game. Change in the field. 3rd man comes up again, and they've got 2 boundary riders on the leg side. And the short ball was coming, and Farhan knew it. End of the over, 3 gone, 30 without loss. Well, action's on in this final of the Emerging Teams Asia Cup. The Asia Cup 2023, remember, gets underway from 30th of August. And Group A sees Pakistan, India and Nepal clubbed together. And it's going to be another mouth-watering clash to look forward to 2nd September when those 2 sides go up against each other. Lots to watch out for. Remember, top 2 teams from each group will qualify for the Super Fours. And that's the senior teams, the Asia Cup 2023 that I'm talking about. The pad. And that ball was sliding down the leg side, therefore no real appeal from Hangar Gekar, but I'm sure the captain is thinking about spin.
Not that far away, hopefully, for India. India's point of view, I should say. Talk about the Big Asia Cup. Pakistan, Nepal start the proceeding on the 30th in Multan, Kandy, Lahore. The group stages. Plenty of game. The big one on the 2nd of September in Kandy. The Pakistan-India. The greatest rivalry will continue in the Central Hills in Kandy. Pallakale International Cricket Stadium, one of the best batting pitches in Sri Lanka. So expect lots of runs, Raman, telling you.
And of course, that's not the only time those 2 teams could clash in the Asia Cup. In the Super Fours, you could see another contest. Probably between the 2 sides, and a possibility of, who knows, maybe the final if it goes that way.
Unless no one spoils the party, it can be 3 times even. The greatest rivalry. Last time I watched India-Pakistan was in the T20 at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, and you have the option this time in Kandy. And as you correctly said, maximum thrice, minimum 1. I think high possibility it can be 3 as well, with the way Pakistan and India, the senior teams, been playing lately.
It will be a cracker or a contest, the one on the 2nd in Kandy. Mark that in your calendars. But for the moment, focus on what's happening here. No! Backed offside field, because there are only 2 boundary riders that you can take outside the 30-yard circle, and they've both been taken on the leg side. Fine leg and deep square.
Shaib Dara Farhan, the last over, massive 6 over, long on. I just have the feeling a big shot is not that far away.
Has 2 sixes, 2 boundaries, and you had 5 wides down leg as well. So 25 runs effectively have come by way of boundaries and 6s out of the 31 that are on the scoreboard at the moment. Just tells you that there's a lot of positive intent being shown here. Pulled away. And this is going to be quite a chase for that deep square leg fielder. He does get there. These are long boundaries. 70-meter long boundaries. Oh, a little mix up there. That's a little sloppy.
Clumsy. Tag team effort not going well that occasion. And in the end, just gifting a single away to Pakistani. Short ball attempted. The ball was just hanging to the batsman to be stroked in front of mid-wicket. Both the batsmen were settling down for 2 runs, and then it comes a bit of work, made sure Pakistani 2 openers comes back for the 3rd run.
Yes, I think uncharacteristic of the captain, Yash Dole himself, who would run all the way back to retrieve that ball. Maybe just not getting the coordination going in that relay throw.
India needs something from you. At least a good piece of fielding, a good half chance taken, a good run out taken, or brilliant delivered by one of the bowlers. They need some sort of a motivation at the moment. They're just going through the motions.
But this India A side has shown great temperament. In that semi-final as well against Bangladesh A, they were in a spot of bother. But this is what has happened so far. They've put Pakistani into bat. I want to start this from Saim Ayub. 6 and a 4 in that very first over.
Oh, massive 6 that was from Farhan over long on. Along with those strokes, 8 extras as well. 1 went for a boundary, a wide delivery. Not a good start by India. Correctly said, India A team has been the most promising team, unbeaten coming to the final, but just that they have not started well. They need some sort of inspiration from an individual right now.
Couldn't agree with you more. Oh, that's a no ball. Oh, it's gone high in the air. It doesn't matter if Dhruv Jurel catches it or not. It is a no ball. So the catch won't stand. It's a no ball. And everything seems to be going Pakistan A's way.
Rubbing salt into the wound to the Indian A team. They wanted a breakthrough. It's a good call by the umpire Buddhi Pradhan. Something has to be behind the line. Unfortunately for Hangarkar, there was nothing. This is not good start by India. And a free hit coming up, that too against a big hitting Farhan. Remember, the field can change. As the batsmen have exchanged for a single. Deep square leg and long on, the 2 fielders outside the circle.
How costly will this no ball turn out to be for India A in this final? Just remember, I think it was Jasprit Bumrah who bowled that no ball. I think it was a Champions Trophy contest between India and Pakistan. What's going to happen here? Hangar Gekar will have to deal with a free hit delivery here. Saibzada Farhan, he's got the license to thrill here. He'll have a go at this. Cramping him for room. That's a good comeback by the bowler. 4 gone, 36 without loss. Two boundaries and 2 sixes off the bat. 15 dot deliveries, but they've been hard to come by because look at the scoring rate. Pakistan in the final are scoring at 9 and over. 36 without loss, and they've had the rub of the green as well. A catch taken, but off a no ball. Not counting. Hangar Gekar, a little disappointed. Could have had a wicket to his name, but that was not to be. But spin now has been introduced for the first time in the final, and it will be the vice captain of this India A side, Abhishek Sharma, who's been pressed into service.
Matter of time for India A. Being the spinners in, Abhishek Sharma have been really impressive with the ball, with the bat in the field for India A. Can he bring that breakthrough what India is craving for, they're desperate for? Deep square leg, long on, the 2 fielders outside the circle, short fine leg, short mid wicket. And good to see Yash Dole still trust with a slip field in the offside as well. It's interesting to see how And what line, especially Abhishek Sharma is going to attack the left hand. Cannot give any width. Remember, all the fielders are in the ring, in the offside.
Yes, there's only two who are on the boundary. Deep square and long on. In the air, and that will be four. Couple of bounces and over the boundary ropes. It was a loosener from Abhishek Sharma. Gleefully accepted that gift from him by Saim Ayub.
A juicy prize to start with. Saim Ayub just had to help itself. And nicely done as well. Square leg was in front of square, probably close to mid-wicket area. A massive gap between short fine leg and mid-wicket. And Saim Ayub took the aerial route but was quite safe.
That was slower. That's much better. Allow the ball the opportunity to maybe do something off the surface. I know it's a new ball. It's still early days, but at least just fire it in, because the batsman is expecting that. They'll get the single towards long on. Easy.
Much better pace and length by Abhishek Sharma, correcting himself after the first delivery, which went for a boundary. To the right-handed Shaib Zada Farhan. Deep square leg goes back. Mid-off goes back. Conventional against the left-arm spinner in a power play. Slip in place. Remember, in these kind of pitches, one going straight to the right-hander from a left-arm spinner is the danger ball.
And that's the stock delivery as well. Oh, that's what I was talking about. The one that will come in with the arm. He does tend to slide it in a little quicker, Abhishek Sharma. But there's a catch taken of the delivery of Hangar Gekar in the previous over. It was Saim Ayub who top-edged this one. But the catch did not count because Hangar Gekar had overstepped. Double whammy there for India A.
The last delivery just held its line, slowing things down. I think Saib Ayub was a bit early to the stroke and did well to just defend. And not to go across the line. A good start by Abhishek Sharma after the first ball went for a boundary. 42 for no loss.
The first over went for
जब दांत स्ट्रॉन्ग
तो मैं स्ट्रॉन्ग
कोलगेट स्ट्रॉन्ग टीथ
सिल्क गार्डन हमारी अपनी जगह। तफसीलात के लिए 0211111010011।
The first over went for...
Not trying to give any air to the right hand, just firing it in. Probably understanding that the batsman, especially the right hand, must be targeting the deep into that area. It's good stuff, very good stuff. Under pressure, 5-dot deliveries.
It's a good start against the right-hander. I wonder if Farhan is just itching for a release shot here. Ooh, off the inner edge of the bat. Starts off with a maiden. Does Yuvraj Singh Dodhiya. It's 42 without loss.
It's been an emphatic start from the Pakistan A openers here. Ayub and Farhan coming out with a clear-cut plan that they'll be going after the fast bowlers. They did well. A couple of sixes to start off with, and then followed up with a couple of fours as well. And that's put the pressure on the Indian side here. But off-spinner Dodhiya did well when pressed into the attack. Started off with a maiden over. So looks like spin is going to play a major role at the Premadasa Stadium here in the final of the emerging Asia Cup final. In the com box with me, Sana Mir. Sana, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you as well. Definitely an exciting start to the final. The defending champions, Pakistan, playing as the defending champions so far. But this is the tricky phase once the spinners come onto play. Yes, the Indian fast bowlers were really good in the last contest between these two teams. But as you said, this pitch is offering something for the spinners. So that will be the most important phase.
Good use of the feet. Looking to go for a single, which is not there. The Indians have done well here as far as fielding is concerned. Nikhil Jose has been really good. And you need somebody to provide that spark for the others.
Good intention from the Pakistan batters also, but the communication can be better. Saim Ayub has looked really good today.
We did see the same pattern emerge in the other game as well at the Premadasa Stadium in the other semi-final between India and Bangladesh. Fast bowlers went for runs and then the spinners came and held sway. Will that trend follow here as well? You were the one who did the pitch, Sana. What do you make of it?
I do think the toss was a tricky one this time, because on a pitch like this sometimes you don't want to win the toss, you don't want to make that call, because it's not easy to set the target, but it won't be easy to defend that either, because I do feel, looking at the pitch closely, that there are loose cracks, so it will deteriorate quickly as compared to the other pitches.
No effort to make the balls turn at all from Abhishek Sharma. And this is the pitch that Sana Amir is talking about. Absolutely dry. And there are a few cracks there too. And the sun is beating down on this pitch here at the Premadasa Stadium. And this is exactly why the Pakistani openers are not able to get runs against the spinners. They're looking to hit too hard. Single to end the over, 44 for not. Pakistani after 7 overs. This was the India A road to final. Convincing victories. Unbeaten side was India A. They chased in the first 3 games and then they defended in the semi-final against Bangladesh. They did have a little bit of a problem, but then they overcame the pressure and managed to defend the target.
They looked like a class apart from other teams before that match against Bangladesh, which went on becoming close at some point, but then in the end again, they won very convincingly by 60 runs.
This is a surface where you got to play through the line. You got to try and look to time the ball. Playing flat batted shots will be difficult because the ball is not coming on quickly enough.
And that's why for Pakistan to add another spinner in the team, that's a very good move. In place of Ahmad Butt, Mehran Mumtaz has been added.
Matched away nicely, and he will get a boundary for that. This is exactly what I was talking about. You got to try and use the angles, use the pace of the bowler, and then look to play through the line.
And Saim Ayub navigated that arm ball really well, which finished onto his legs. Arm ball needs to finish on the middle stump or the off stump. This time straying down the leg side. And Saim Ayub has looked $1 million today.
Dodi has done well here. He started off with a maiden over, just the 5 runs coming off so far. And this is Ayub's 50 against the UAE. He's an attractive batter when he looks to play through the line, doesn't try to hit it too hard. Nicely balanced when he plays his shots. Back here. The bowler thinks he's got him. There's a bit of a confusion between the batters again. It's a case of just Ayub wanting to go for runs. Farhan is taking his time to decide. And the result is a mix-up.
And this is the second time that Saim had to go back after calling for a run. Farhan is ball watching, but it is Farhan's call behind the stumps. The nerves need to cool down, they need to relax.
They're getting a bit restless here, these openers. Because they got runs quickly enough in the first 4 overs. After that, it's been a bit slow. End of the 8th over, 49 without loss, Pakistan A. Yuvraj Singh Jodia giving just the 5 runs of his 2 overs. Abhishek Sharma will start his 3rd over. Saim Ayub batting on 27. Farhan batting on 13. He's on strike. That would have gone down the leg.
As the ball is staying low, this is a very good ploy. 5 fielders on the leg side for the left arm spinner, because he's looking to use the arm ball a bit more, not trying to spin it too much.
The bowler felt he had the batter. Driven down the ground, he will get another boundary here. Nicely tossed up on the location. The mid-on was inside the circle, and he found the gap to perfection. Did Farhan. Lovely shot.
Very good shot. Sahabzada Farhan is quite strong down the ground. We saw a beautiful six against the fast bowler. This time against the spinner. Excellent shot.
Abhishek Sharma sticking to bowling the middle and leg line here, because there's been no deviation at all for him so far. And that will provide the opportunity for the batters too, if he drifts a bit onto the pads.
That looked quite close. Sahabzada Farhan, he's trying to go square. And because it's pitched outside leg, that's something that saved him.
Nicely timed, but straight to the fielder. End of the over. 53 without loss. Pakistani after 9. Pakistanis road to final. They beat Nepal by 4 wickets and then won by 184 runs against the UAE. Lost to India by 8 wickets and then won the semi-final by 60 runs. Hammered away. That'll be a boundary. One bounce into the fence. Good hit this from Saim Ayub.
Saim Ayub has looked really confident. Look at the head position. Fully in control of the shot, fully down towards the ball. Played in the vacant area. Good support for Pakistan in the crowd today as well.
And the contact was made right in front of the pad. That's why he could get the distance and the power that he generated in that shot.
Saim Ayub has had starts in the tournament, 24 in the first, 56 in the second, then not against India, 22 in the last previous game. Very important for Pakistan that he goes on for longer.
The left-hander has been very aggressive. And look at that particular shot. He was absolutely in control of it. The reason for that was because he took the ball in front of his pad. Such shots you're better off playing when you're playing it in front of the pad, not allowing the ball to come on close to the pad. This time is the turn of the right-hander. He goes over the infield. He picks up a boundary as well. They're trying to match each other here.
Absolutely. Saim hits a 6. Farhan hits a 6. Saim hits a 4. It's Farhan's time this time. Inside out. Not an easy shot to play. Well executed by Sahabzada Farhan. Pakistan taking on this Indian attack.
Coming from round the wicket is the off-spinner now.
We talk about how India came back in the match against Bangladesh. We saw because they were defending, there was so many catching position players, slips, people with helmet in front of the eyes of the batter.
Once again, a big hit from the right-hander. That will go the entire distance. Another 6 here for Pakistan.
And Pakistan batters making sure they are going to use the power play to their full advantage. Couple of balls left in the power play and Sahabzada Farhan goes for the maximum. Down on one knee, slog sweep, but the point of impact was right before his eyes. Full extension of the arms. Maximum achieved.
Some powerful hitting this from the Pakistani A openers. Down the ground, he will pick up a single with Farhan and retain the strike. At the end of first power play, Pakistan A 69 without loss. $69 runs partnership of 64 deliveries. This has been a good start for Pakistan A. There's been an eventful power play as well. 3 sixes coming in the power play, and the umpire signals the start of the second power play here at the Premadasa Stadium in the final of the emerging Asia Cup between India and Pakistan. Big game this.
And the change in field this time. Now 4 fielders on the leg side. The 5th fielder has been taken out and put on the offside. That's what aggression can do.
Yes, the pressure is definitely on the India A bowlers now. Looking to make some room and cut it away. Doesn't find the gap.
Also saw the Pakistan captain Babar Azam talking with the boys yesterday. He became the first captain in the men's team to be able to beat India in a World Cup. So it's very important to have these exchanges between the players, being able to share your experience.
Bit of flight from Abhishek Sharma.
As the power play is off, now he's able to give a bit more flight.
This is where he has problems. Whenever he looks to hit the ball hard, he's struggling for timing.
Stick to basics.
Dot ball to end the over. Pakistan is 71 without loss after 11 overs. Greatest rivalry between India and Pakistan extends into September 2 in the Senior Asia Cup when they face off in Kandy. There's a possibility of these two sides playing against each other on 3 occasions in the forthcoming Asia Cup 2023. A minimum of 1, but hopefully if they're going to play on 3 occasions in the same tournament, that tournament will be lit up.
And the young boys in the crowd, you see there's a bit of stress, some nail biting, even though it's just the start of the game.
Good to see the young kids come out and watch the match here, because there's a lot that they can learn by watching. The off spinner will continue from the far end. Ayub on strike. He's batting on 33 of 33. He's used that sweep shot to good effect. He'll get a couple here. He's played the slog sweep. He's played the conventional sweep. And that's a good shot to play. It's a very predictive shot as well.
And no slip in place. Sometimes that can also create a doubt for the batter's mind. But at the moment, Saim Ayub looks very clear. He's going anything outside off, he's taking it away to the leg side because there's only 4 fielders on the leg side, 1 at the boundary, deep square.
The off spinners bowling a trifle quicker through there. That's the reason the batters are able to play shots against him. We saw Farhan hit a huge 6 of the last ball of the power play. And then now we are seeing him being played all around the ground here.
Definitely, especially after the power play when more fielders can go on to the boundary, there has to be a change in pace for the spinner. Because at the moment, the off spinner is not creating a lot of problems for the batter. But with more flight, a little change of pace, they have to adjust to this pitch.
It's too early to predict what can happen later on in the evening, but as of now, the pitch is really good. Not much of deviation for the spinners, and for the fast bowlers, there was no swing, there was no seam. So best conditions here for batting is in the first session of play.
And when a batter can play a shot like that on an off spinner through covers, you know that the pitch is really good.
Yeah, that's exactly what he needs to do. Now he's realized he's got to bowl a bit slower. He's at least making an effort now to bowl it slightly slow through there. The last ball coming up. What's he going to do here? I'm referring to the batter, not the bowler. Doesn't find the gap. Dot ball to end the over. Pakistan is 74 without loss after 12 overs.
What a start this by Pakistan A. Oh, beautifully struck. Inside out, and that will be 4 more. There is no stopping Sam Ayub today. He's looking like a man on a mission. Raced away to 40. As I welcome Shamim Chaudhry in the commentary box.
Good afternoon, Raman, and what a delightful shot that is. Just opening the face over the top. That is an excellently manufactured shot. Much to the delight of the smattering of Pakistani supporters that have come in here.
Just the way he's batting today, Saim Ayub, and the way he's changed gears today. Started off in aggressive fashion, made the fast bowlers rethink about the lines they'd be bowling. And against the spinners as well, he's changed the way he's approaching his game now.
And I think the spinners will just have to be telling themselves they've got to replicate what they did against Bangladesh when the pace bowlers came in for a bit of beating early on.
I like the way Abhishek Sharma is bowling today. He's read the surface. He's bowling a little slower through the air. At times he's got this tendency to push the ball through. This time around he's bowling a little slower. Or down the track. Taken on the full. And it's gone for 4. Harshit Rana is generally a good fielder, but he could have done better here.
There was the effort there. Commitment was shown, but it's just evading him at the last moment. But the manner in which the shot was played, look at him. Shimmy down the wicket, makes into a full toss play. It's reasonably in the V. 2 fielders converging. Harshit Rana over the top. But yeah, I'm sure he could have done a little better.
He's taken a couple of stunning catches as Harshit Rana in this edition of the tournament. Despite being a fast bowler, He's a great athlete. He's very good in the outfield as well, and that's why I think he'll be a little disappointed that he wasn't able to cut the 4 off.
Indeed, the bowler might feel a little aggrieved. You've got to give that support, the commitment. The commitment was not lacking. It's just the finishing, just diving over the ball. I'm sure he wants to finish that. Forget it and just wait for the next one if it comes down his way. That is lifted into the deep quite comfortably. Couple of runs taken quite easily.
This is a great start. 13 gone, 86 without loss. Remember, Pakistan are the reigning champions of the Men's Emerging Asia Cup. Having won the title in 2019, they're up against the winners of the inaugural edition back in 2013. India had won the title. They'd beaten Pakistan in the final 10 years ago. It's a matchup of these arch rivals once again in 2023. It's good to see there's a turnout of spectators, and I'm sure the numbers will swell as the evening progresses. Down the ground, and that struck firmly for 4. Beautiful shot this from Farhan.
Oh, what lovely movement of the feet. Team seen on 2 occasions here in the previous over. Once again gets to that pitch and the flurry of the bat. Look at that. Bat speed, perfect contact, straight as an arrow. No possibility for any of the fielders try and cut that off. Looking very menacing, very aggressive. The 2 openers here for Pakistan.
The intent has been positive. And what a start now. Now Dhruv Jurel's just gone down and had a word with the bowler. And I wonder if it's just mind games or is it something that he's actually spotted that he's conveyed to the bowler.
Well, if he sees a batter expose his intention a little too early, that is where you have the chance to just pull the ball back or maybe pitch it further up.
Saibzada Farhan got a 63 against UAE in the opening match. Then against India as well, got 35 in that context. An aggressive 35 in the context of that match. He's now on 39 of 44. Oh, brilliantly struck again. There's just that sweet sound of the willow whenever Saim Ayub's been playing his shots today.
And just the manner in which he's gone at his run shows that he's oozing with confidence. Hardly given an opportunity for any kind of expectation from the bowling unit. It has been tough work. Current run rate 6.73 will tell you that domination is absolute for the moment.
I get a feeling here that Yash Dhol would be thinking of handing the ball to Manav Sutar as well. So Abhishek Sharma's bowled well in his 5 overs. But there will be a case to get Manav Sutar on soon. 14 gone, 92 without loss. What's happened in this final so far? Pakistan here, remember, put into bat. Saim Ayub showing great intent. Starting off with a 6 over. Fine leg and then a boundary through the covers. And then from the other end, Farhan said, I'm not going to be one to be left behind.
No, he wasn't. He was joining the party now. It's just a close call there. For once, the ball beat in the bat. But there's so many shots in the V and also that slug sweep. Both sides of the wicket. The left-hander getting a slug sweep. The right-hander getting a slug sweep. Really hammering the ball to all parts of the ground. His going to be extreme pressure, Raman, on the bowlers.
And as expected, as I was saying in the previous over, Yashdol would be looking to get Manav Sutar on for two reasons. Look at that economy rate for Manav Sutar in this series. He's gone at under 3.5 runs per over. The other part, he's picked up 9 wickets. He's taking wickets consistently through the tournament. Best of 3 for 32 for him. He's one of your conventional left-arm spinners. He's a little quicker in his run-up and his approach to the bowling crease. But he does get that pivot, does get the hip thrust going at the time of release, can extract a lot of perches off the surface. Can Manav Sutar. Straight away.
Sometimes you feel that the left-arm orthodox volunteer left-handed batter, just the missed chances that India had.
Remember, that was off a no ball. The catch was taken by Dhruv Jurel. And then this. Probably was a bit of glove. On the field for a leg before. Yeah, we're back with live pictures. Single. No signal from the umpire, which means there was probably bat or glove on ball.
There have been a bit of that. Very close proximity, the bat and the pad. Also makes it quite difficult for the umpires to really gauge. Have to keep an eagle eye on proceedings. Slip being brought in now for the right-hander.
That's a good plan. It's a good plan to get the first slip fielder in for the right-handed Farhan. Oh, the edge. That's what I'm saying, that Manav Sutar, unlike Abhishek Sharma, will extract a little more turn off this surface. He's got that ability because of that pivot that he's got.
And also the ball's getting a little older, getting more grip and purchase off the wicket. But does he have that arm ball? That is what I'd like to see him do. Mix it up with the conventional left-arm orthodox swing. Getting the drift, getting the turn, getting the edge of the bat. Then surprise the batter with the one that comes on in with the arm.
A change in the field for the right-hander. They've dropped a fielder back at sweeper cover. Down the track. Long on is there, but he won't get to the ball. Convincingly struck by Farhan, and that 6 brings up the 100 for Pakistan A.
What a terrific way to get to the 100. Belligerent mood at the moment, and once again, that he's got his dancing shoes on. Both of them have. Look at this. Gets to the point of contact so comfortably. Once you're moving, it's not the easiest thing to keep your balance. Then a flourish of the bat and the maximum. Terrific. The batting prowess shown here by Farhan.
100-run stand for the opening wicket for Pakistan in the final. Just tells you they've come out with a lot of purpose here. Third 6 by Farhan in this innings. And look at the 50 split. The first 50 coming off 51. The second one just taking 37 balls.
He's stepping on the gas, feeling more comfortable, trusting the wicket. All combined together for this partnership to flourish.
Another single. They've got 11 off that first over from Manav Sutar. 15 gone. 5 bowlers used so far by the India A captain Yashdol. And look at the economy rate of Harshit Rana and even Manav Sutar in that first over, conceding 11. But that wouldn't deter the captain from continuing with Manav Sutar, but he's going to bring about another bowling change. And Harshit Rana is coming back for another spell here. His first 2 overs were expensive, went for 21, but now he's got the option of having 4 boundary riders. Remember, we're in the middle of phase from over number 11 to over number 40. You're allowed 4 boundary riders outside the 30-yard circle.
Yeah, he'll be hoping that those boundary riders can just stem the flow of runs. But what he'll have to be careful about, Harshit Rana, is not give any width. Because the track is playing so comfortably. And the batters have really got their rhythm going very comfortably. It's going to be very tight. Going to have to be very tight.
Beautifully struck. And what a way to bring up his half-century. Saim Ayub. is taking on the bowling attack from India A.
It's been a race between the two batters, and who gets to that milestone. 650s in list A matches. Sam Ayub, look at the way he struck that. We've seen so many of those balls in the V, and this is one of the straighter ones. The full face of the bat just past the umpire, who had to take evasive action, looking rather ominous. And welcoming back for his second spell, Harshit Rana will be a little worried.
He's got a 56 of 63 deliveries in that match. He's got a handy half century here, and this really is setting the platform for Pakistan A to get a big score on the board in the final.
I think both captains wanted to bowl first. That's what we heard on the toss. Maybe ruining the fact at the moment. That's the breakup. 12 singles maximum and 7 boundaries.
I just like the way he's adjusted his innings. Started off with those pick-up shots over deep backward square leg. And look at how he's reacted when he's got to the half century. He said, okay, it's all right. Thank you for the applause, but my job isn't over yet. And that just tells you he's got a bigger purpose at the back of his mind. They're looking for 2 here. They will get it. Remember, these are long boundaries, 70 meters. And another 50. This time it's Sahibzada Farhan who brings up his half century with that brace.
A little more sedate, if we can call it that, in comparison with Sam Ayub. But they've really been going after the bowling in the manner in which they've interspersed the big shots with the deft touches, rotation of the strike. It's been sensible cricket, and you can see from the demeanor, you're mentioning the non-celebration of the 50. You can see that they feel it's a job half done.
Remember,